So if you're a skinny fat guy and you're looking to get rid of that skinny fat physique that's keeping you insecure and not confident when you take off your shirt, your belly pokes through your pictures, and you really just hate being in that body whenever you look in that mirror, look no further. I got you, because I'm going to teach you 3 mistakes that you really want to avoid when you're looking to build a lean, jacked physique. Not like a bodybuilder, crazy looking C-bump physique, but just a lean, jacked physique where you kind of feel confident, or not even confident, but you definitely feel confident and proud of the body that you're in. If you guys don't know who I am, my name is Chick, and I went from skinny fat to jacked in the span of only a year, when really it could have taken me 3 to 6 months, but I was doing a lot of things wrong, and I went through a lot of trial and error. So that being said, after years of testing and trial and error, finally getting my dream physique and coaching clients, I'm gonna share with you guys 3 of the biggest mistakes that you want to avoid when you're specifically training. I'm gonna give a bonus tip on nutrition later, but just when you're specifically training, so you can be building a lean, jacked physique that you're confident in. And don't worry, this is all going to be new information, not any recycled information that you see from the fitness industry on social media, such as caloric deficits. Try this Stairmaster method, this calories in versus calories out. All right, we can forget about that. I want to show you guys how to truly and successfully build your jacked, lean physique without listening to the same thing over and over again. So without further ado, man, let's get started. The number 1 thing that you got to avoid when it comes to going from skinny fat to jacked is stop treating it like a weight loss class. Stop training like you're trying to drop 100 pounds in the next 30 days. You're not on The Biggest Loser, my boy. You're skinny fat. That means that your mission is much different than a 600-pound obese person. From here on out, shift your mindset from burning to building. It's going to be important to be building the muscle so that you be giving your body much more shape and frame. That means resistance training like lifting weights is not optional. That's going to be your foundation. You're going to be doing that 3 to 5 times out of the week. That way you finally start your transformation of looking soft and fluffy to building a strong, jacked physique. And also understand, the more muscle you pack on, the more calories that you're going to burn. Why? Well, because the more muscle you have, the more effort it takes the body to actually move around. So your body is naturally going to burn a lot of energy as you do your daily activities. That's how you get lean and jacked at the same time to an extent. Train smart, train heavy, and stop spinning the wheels on cardio hoping that's going to give you your dream physique. Remember that you're skinny fat. You want to build, not burn. But that being said, that doesn't mean that you want to completely ditch cardio. Matter of fact, this leads me to talk about mistake number 2 that most people make. And honestly, mistake 2 is kind of piggybacking off mistake 1, because I said stop training like a weight loss class. Mistake number 2 that skinny fat people make is that they do way too much cardio. Instead, you want to place cardio in the right places. Let's be real clear here, all right? Cardio is not the enemy, but it does need to be placed properly so that we can be building lean, jacked physiques. And here's why, all right? Your body has 2 main training gears that can switch between. And you can think of these 2 training gears as 2 different engines, except your body can't run both at full speed at the same time. When the body switches into anaerobic gear, it's basically just doing short bursts of intense effort. So this is basically your strength training zone. Lifting, push-ups, sprints. It's just all about high resistance and short time under tension. And by the way, guys, time under tension simply just means how long a muscle is working. Now, 1 quick second, let me go ahead and pull down the screen just so it can kind of block some light that's coming in, because all of a sudden my light or my video just got a little bit brighter. Anyways, when it comes to anaerobic training and high resistance, time under tension, aka how long the muscle is being worked for, it usually lasts from 30 to 60 seconds. And this specific system helps you build muscle, boost testosterone, I can't say that word for shit, and reshape your frame. Now, aerobic exercise is long, steady movements. It's not like anaerobic system where time under tension or the muscle being worked only lasts 30 to 60 seconds. With the muscle doing work for more than 60 seconds, you could think of it like you doing the Stairmaster, you walking, you jogging. Hell, it's even me standing up talking to a camera. Because the aerobic system usually just low resistance and just higher time under tension, aka the muscle being worked. Now, this does help you burn calories and overall fat loss if you do it for a long period of time, and it also doesn't help you building the muscle and the definition and the size and the mass that you're looking for. So now that you guys finally understand those 2 systems, here's the biggest problem that most skinny fat guys do. They combine both anaerobic and aerobic exercise in the same session. So that means after they're done lifting weights, they go ahead and jog for a good 60 minutes. What are we doing? But again, I can't blame you, because all the fitness industry feeds you is the same recycled bullshit. The body does not work like that. Remember when I said that when you exercise, you're either going to be activating the anaerobic system or the aerobic system. 2 gears. It can't be 2 engines running at the same time, because those 2 systems adapt differently. One builds size and shape, and the other just helps with endurance and recovery. When you train both at once, you just slow down progress and you kind of confuse the body's adaptation process. So here's how you fix that. You're going to be doing resistance training 3 to 5 times out of the week. Make sure you prioritize just that. You're also going to be getting your steps in daily, 7 to 10K steps. Then you're also going to add 1 to 2 cardio sessions during the week week, but keep them on separate days, or do what I do with my clients, keep them far away from the lift. Example is doing cardio, whether that's you getting your steps in or just you doing treadmill work. You can do that all in the morning or in the AM, and then you can start lifting in the PM, because then this lets cardio support your training and not just compete with it. It keeps your body in sync, and it's going to be supporting your goal of building muscle and losing the stubborn fat in stubborn areas. That's number 2. I bet you wouldn't have learned that on Instagram or TikTok. Last but not least, the biggest mistake that you don't want to make is do not skip your meals. Lord have mercy. Every single time I talk to my clients or someone that I'm actually trying to help, they always say, you know what? Yeah, I remember, man. I mean, I seen results. It wasn't too much, but I seen results by fasting and skipping my meals. Then I'm like, be honest with me here. All right. Did you actually enjoy doing any of those things? Did you actually find any fun, or did you start to feel like fitness is a chore, like you're feeling forced to do these things if you want to build the dream physique that you want? They're like, well, it definitely wasn't fun. I kind of had my inconsistencies and fall off here and there, but I mean, it worked. I'm like, dude, life is about balance. You're not supposed to be feeling like, oh God, why do I have to do this all over again? God, I hate fasting. God, I don't want to skip my meals. Damn, I want to eat breakfast. Damn, I want to eat lunch. It don't gotta be like that. Life is about balance. That's what fitness teaches. Fitness is teaching you how to control your meals, how to control yourself at that. Right? So you don't go finishing all the Pop-Tarts or all the cereal boxes or all the rice and chicken that you cooked in one day. It teaches you self-control. You don't have to do any of those things whatsoever. You don't have to skip your meals, and you definitely don't have to go on the fast. I mean, do you really think that you can crush your protein goals and eat 3 meals in 4 hours before bed? No, dude. Listen, all right, fasting may help you see some results and burn fewer calories, but it's not going to be supporting the goal of building that lean jacked physique, because you're not going to be getting the proper recovery that you should be getting. You're not going to be training as hard as you can, and it's going to put a limit on the potential muscle that you can be building. And those 3 components of training hard, recovering properly, and building muscle is exactly what we need if we want to go from skinny fat to jacked. So here's what you need to do instead. Eat 3 to 4 times out of the day, but space them out. Make sure that you're eating 150 to 300 calories below your maintenance calories. If you don't know how to calculate your maintenance calories, search on Google and type in maintenance calorie calculator. They're going to ask you 4 or 5 questions. I'm pretty sure it's 4 questions. And then just like that, they're going to spit you out a number. Once they give you that number, if you go below that maintenance calories, you're going to be losing fat. But if you go higher than that maintenance calories, you're going to be gaining fat. All right. So it's going to be important that you stay below that maintenance calories by 150 to 300, so that we're not losing a substantial amount of fat. We're actually just decreasing our fat percentage at a steady, slow rate while we're building muscle, so that the body can fill out its frame with the muscle percentage coming up and the fat percentage coming down. It's also going to be important that you're making each meal count. I need 25 to 50 grams of protein in each meal that you eat. And that's very easy to attain. If you eat breakfast, you can go for a 20-gram protein yogurt from Oikos and combine that with an egg sandwich. Crack 3 eggs, that's 18 grams of protein. 20 plus 18, I don't know, you do the math, but I'm not that dumb. I'm pretty sure it's 38 grams of protein. Yeah, I'm right. Moving on, you're also going to be wanting to focus on getting sufficient amount of carbs in your system. You can get those things from rice, potatoes, brown rice, pasta, whatever. These are all whole foods that I'm mentioning, because the beautiful thing about this is that it's going to be giving you long lasting energy, so that you can actually power through your workouts. Those 2 or 3 reps that you're struggling to get, that's all going to be promoted to build the muscle that you want. When it comes to food, just remember that protein rebuilds muscles, carbs give you energy, and fat just mainly helps with hormonal balance. That being said, when you're filled up with the right energy source, aka that being carbs, you'll have the energy to push harder in your lifts, get those last 2 or 3 reps in, to signal to a body, okay, this guy's actually pushing himself hard. He's training to failure. He's adapting new stress against us. Let's go ahead and be in the muscle building mode, so that we can continue to fill out his frame and build muscle, not burn the muscle like fasting would do. Compared to training fasted, if you have no carbs, then you don't have any fuel. And if you don't have any fuel, then your body is going to be relying on protein for energy, meaning that you're going to be losing muscle, not just fat. Yeah, man, that's how you stay skinny with the belly. Understand that food is not the enemy. It's simply the fuel that you need to build the body and confidence that you're looking for. And that's the 3 most common mistakes that you want to avoid if you're looking to go from skinny fat to jacked. I told you guys that I would not be giving you guys the same recycled information that you see on Instagram and TikTok. If you avoid these 3 mistakes and follow the actual advice that I give you, then you have the chance to build your dream physique in a span of 3 to 6 months instead of a year. like I did. Anyways, man, if you're tired of spinning your wheels and not seeing any progress week after week, no matter how hard you train or what you do, I built a system that helps skinny fat men lose the stubborn fat and get jacked in less than 90 days while building unshakable confidence. All you gotta do is just DM me the word prime, and I'll just show you how to remove the guesswork and confusion when it comes to training and nutrition so that you can finally be proud in the body that you're living in. And don't worry, I don't want to get you looking like a bodybuilder. I just simply want to get you in the body that you're proud of, because how your body looks is a direct representation of how your mindset works. Because how your body reflects your mind. If you have the right body, you have the right mindset, you're going to have unshakable confidence. But if you have a sloppy physique where you're lean, but you're not really that lean because you have flabby muscles and just no definition, then it's going to be a direct reflection of how your mindset works. You're probably the type to be inconsistent with a lot of things. You're probably scared to go up to a girl. You're scared of a lot of things. If you were to change your physique, I promise you that all those insecurities and fear that you're facing is gone for good. See y'all in the next video.